So what are y'all's names and how did you get started in music?
My name is Victor.
I'm Rex.
I'm Nate, and Chase is not here.
Chase is not here. He's usually with us, but we got started in around COVID. Uh, around COVID, it was just like a project I wanted to do with demo, and we weren't supposed to be a live band, but then we ended up doing like accidental shows, and yeah, that's how we started.
Gotcha. What kind of introduced y'all into music individually with like playing instruments?
Yeah. I don't know. My dad listened to like Bruce Springsteen and like Tigres del Norte, and my mom listened to like Cyndi Lauper. So I like stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I got a guitar whenever I was like around a teenager or whatever, and I just played like punk and heavy metal and stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that I kind of got into.
My dad had a bunch of old Ventures records I wasn't allowed to touch, but that basically led me into thrash and new wave heavy metal and stuff like new wave British heavy metal and whatnot.
For me, like classic rock, old school, 60s, 70s, early 80s, rock and roll. Then I got into heavy metal, alternative, uh, Turkish music, a lot of Turkish folk and art music, and a lot of other things. There's a lot of different genres I enjoy.
Awesome. So what kind of brought all of you guys together as a band?
So I actually Rex is my landlord, man.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I had to pay him fucking rent. But yeah, me and Rex we became friends, and he had a old like they had a new wave British heavy metal band, and I like tried out for a singer, and his wife was a bass player, and I just told him, why don't you just let her sing, and then whatever, and then I kind of like veered off and did my own shit. But I was always friends with them. I would come around, we'd smoke some weed or whatever, drink
Fuck
some
yeah.
beers, and then. So Rex just kind of like joined. He was working the door one day, and Rex. This is how Rex joined. He was like working the door, and he was like, I was like, man, I want a synth, like, because we're thinking about getting a synth player.
Yeah.
And there's a couple people we reached out to, but they're just like bullshit, and they weren't being for real. And Rex was just like, oh fuck it, I'll do it.
I got drunk is what happened. I got drunk and was just like, yeah, screw it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So it all just kind of happened.
Yeah.
I love it.
And Nate's from Mississippi, actually, and Chase, who's not here, he's from California. But me and Rex, we're the only ones that are from Bay Shitty, as they call it in some parts.
We were in Gaijin together, so we kind of gravitated to the new project, right?
Yeah, they were all playing with me and my wife.
Yeah.
He was our drummer then too.
And that's why we started playing shows, because Akuma Gaijin was doing a show. One of our other bands didn't show up one night. So I told, Victor, hey, let's just do our little thing we've been practicing.
Yeah.
And we did, and we got a good response. Next time we did another show with Akuma, and somebody else didn't show up. We did another just off-the-cuff set. And then after that, we were kind of hooked. We just had to start doing it.
Cool. Awesome. And so y'all are a Bay City band.
That's right.
What kind of, so y'all kind of started accidentally playing live, as you said. What kind of brought y'all to Houston?
So Houston,
play.
we played, yeah, that too.
What was that?
It's not good for bands.
Yeah, there's
There's
nowhere
not
to.
very many venues there, so. Yeah.
In Bay City?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you're not country, you're not playing there.
Yeah.
Got it. I was going to say, have y'all played any shows at all in Bay City?
Yeah, just that one. We played like two maybe with Rex's old band, which we were in, and that's all we did. But Bay City, there's no scene. It's just like you got to play like Brooks and Dunn, Neon Moon covers.
So we play the house. We play house parties there.
Played the house.
Yeah, we played a house party. Yeah, that's true, for my cousin.
Got it. A little
So-
private show.
Yeah, a little intimate thing. It was
Yes.
fun.
And so y'all just released an EP on May 4th called Freak Zone. Is it Freak Zone 1?
Yeah, Freak Zone
Freak
1.
Zone 1.
Some people think it's called Freak Zone I. I like that.
I was gonna say that, and I was like, no, it should. Yeah, I feel like it's one. And then, so you have 4 new songs. What was the production process like, and did y'all do anything differently compared to y'all's releases last year?
Yeah. So the production this time, compared to last time, it used to be just me, Nate, we would track everything ourselves, and then we'll send it in our buddy Jeff, and he'll mix and master it for us. But now this time, we recorded in his bedroom, and yeah, we were looking for like a real like a lot of people say they like our shit, but they don't like that we're more of a live band, so we're trying to capture that live sound,
Okay.
and I think I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, it was a live take. It was a one, everything vocals, everything was live, one take. Well, I mean, we did like 2 takes, but we're gonna say we did one, man. So that way we can be cool.
Lie about it.
Lie. We're liars.
And I really fuck with y'all's cover art from all y'all's EPs, your album, your singles. Who is the artist behind the graphics, and what kind of inspired y'all to get that like vibe?
So from the early stuff, we had a demo that I drew up. There was a shithead. It was a face with like shit on its head, and I thought that was pretty much how we should do it. And then Jeff was like, we should do the shithead whenever we did the Redux, or we did the first album, self-titled. I just did like a collage of like what that album represented. And then Jeff was like, we did the Redux of that album. And he was like, oh, let's do the shithead again, but AI it, or make it look all fucking like, I don't know, like an alien or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. But this one was pretty awesome. I like this one a lot. This one was by a guy from
Freak Zone One?
yeah, Freak Zone Run. It was by this guy from Spain, Alicante, Spain. His name's David Moreno, and yeah, he did that artwork for us. I just told him like basically think of like video game buys like old school NES games and like apocalyptic like weird stuff, and that's what he came out with. He had a couple more that they were like. Nah, they weren't it. But he did good.
Dude, this one looks so
Yeah.
sick. It looks sick.
Thank
It's
you.
a little different from y'all's previous stuff. It has
Yeah.
more of like the sci-fi alien
Mhm.
vibe. I really like it. And do y'all think having a role or bringing something to the scene is important, or y'all just here to play music in the scene?
I feel like we like to just. I feel like in the scene, you should bring a role because it helps to inspire like other people to want to do something, and that's really what we're really about. And also, there's a lot of fucked up shit in this world, so if you got to speak up about it, I mean, don't be silent. But at the same time, we also like to make people dance and laugh and have a good time at a show. I mean, we're not here to like make people feel sad or try to change people's minds, But yeah, I think the rows are a big thing. I don't know if we play a big row in it or not, but I hope we do.
Everybody's got to bring something unique, right? You always have to have your own personal style and your own message, and then just give back what you get, because you get a lot from the music community in Houston, and so it's important to be reciprocal and try and give people the kind of support that we've been getting.
Awesome. And I was going to ask as a follow-up question, what kind of role would you like to bring to the scene? But I feel like y'all kind of already covered on that. But if you want to cover more on that, you can.
Yeah, no, I think I kind of got it already.
Okay, cool. And is there anything else that you would like to see more of in the scene?
Crowd surfing.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely crowd surfing, and just everybody having a good time.
Yeah, I would also like for people to be straight up. There's a lot of bands that they act one way and then behind they're not. They're somebody else. Behind the scenes. So I would like people to be straight up because we're real. We just want to be honest.
Yeah, just being the same person within being an artist
Yeah.
and a person outside of the scene. Yeah.
Right.
And do you think lyrics matter in punk rock genres?
That's kind of subjective.
Especially when it comes to our lyrics.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kind of, you just kind of come up with what feels right? I mean, it's not something that you're trying to get exactly right. It's more of a feeling.
I feel like lyrics in punk rock should be they hit sometimes, but I also like dumb, shit like Butthole Surfers, where the lyrics don't mean nothing. So In a sense, yeah. I think it's cool to make a concept, with lyrics and have something to talk about and storytell. But it's also cool to not do that. So
Gotcha. I was genuinely wondering because like some people are either one or the other, so I was trying to see kind of like where y'all fell on that. Um, and if y'all got to open for any band at all, dead or alive, who would it be?
fuck. Yeah, I gotta think about this one. Dead or alive? Man. So alive, I would like to open for Iggy Pop. That'd be fucking awesome. Dead, huh? Dead would probably be. Fuck. Well, I wouldn't say they're dead, but the members are alive. Some of them, the drummer had passed away, but it'd be cool to open for like Dead Kennedys, like in the '80s era. That'd probably be awesome.
Yeah, Bob Marley and the Wailers. Yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Anything?
Oh man, I'd love to open up for Baron Rojo, but not our genre.
Yeah, it's a
Anything.
Spanish band we've been listening to. They're old school, like '70s, like rock. Baron Rojo. They're like pretty awesome. But me and Rex just be listening, like getting like fucking drunk. Like, ah!
And what do you guys do outside of music as far as other interests, hobbies, and work?
I'm a construction worker, so I do like road construction, like with asphalt and like concrete for the city that I live in, Bay City. Um, I like long walks on the beach with the puppy. No. I like running. I've just got back into running. I was a runner, but then now I started drinking a lot of beer, and I think I had like something wrong with my heel. But now I got back into running recently, so I like that. I like old video games, retro video games.
I got my own little guitar repair shop here in town. That's pretty much what I do.
Oh no shit! What shop? What is it called?
It's Crazy Carl's Music Emporium. It's a little shop I got in my alleyway right there. I basically just do, guitar repair, amp repair, stuff like that. It's a way to stay in the scene.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm a software engineer. I work for an airline here in town. And also, I'm a pilot, so I like to fly my plane. I spent about 15 years building a castle on Minecraft. Yeah, that's about it for me.
Hell yeah. And how do y'all balance keeping a band going while managing your day-to-day life?
It's hard because sometimes you'd be like, okay, we're gonna jam on this day, and you get your routine going. You're like, okay, I'm gonna get off work, I'm gonna do this and that, and then it's always like 2 or an hour before we're about to jam. Oh yeah, I forgot, I gotta do this, so we gotta fucking cancel it. You gotta change all your plans. So we usually jam Tuesdays and Thursdays, but there's times when somebody cancels and we gotta jam on Friday. So I pretty much gotta cancel like all my plans. So that's pretty. Yeah, it's a juggle.
I've got a really supportive wife. She lets me go out and do all this stuff. We got 2 young kids, so we kind of split kid duty. And she's, like I said, she's been really supportive, and she's always there for me when I got to go out and do something. So.
Yeah, my family's supportive as well. My daughter is 18 now. She's about to graduate. She was salutatorian in her high school this year. Really awesome, awesome kid, and never had any trouble with her. So yeah, so they don't mind if I go and do shows and everything. So they're good.
That's awesome. And so I'm sure most of y'all's fans already know, but just for the shout out, who are some of y'all's friends in the scene?
Of course, mine. There's a band called Matamoros from Pasadena. They're homies. Committee Men. Static
Ghost.
Slums. Mother Ghosts.
Municipal Bats.
Midnight
Papers.
Midnight Papers. Negative Fauna. There's
Subpar Snatch was really cool.
Oh man, they're badass.
there's a lot of there's even people like out of Houston too that are cool. Yeah, but there's a lot of them.
And where are all of you? I know y'all have toured in Texas. Where are some other states that y'all have toured, or if y'all have toured in other states?
So right now we're actually about a tour out of state and New Orleans, Homa, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. And this will be our first time out of state.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really exciting. I hear through the Midnight Papers that Louisiana is pretty sick
Yeah.
to play shows in.
We're looking forward to that. Yeah.
It's really interesting. And where did the name Loose Helmet come from?
Yeah, so there's a guy. There's a lot of okay. Fuck.
Here it comes.
Should I lie or should I say the truth?
Truth is strange
Jimbo.
enough. Why lie?
Okay. There was this dude that we joined the band, and he had said that supposedly he was actually going to be the drummer, and he said that he had got into a motorcycle accident, so he couldn't show up for practice. So whatever, and then we played a show, and I was just all like, the guy was like, "What's y'all's name? What's y'all's name?" And I was like, "Loose Helmet." So I was like, "This is what I thought." I thought about that guy, so I was like, "Fuck that guy." But people sometimes think this like some kind of like, I don't know. There's one person that asked, "What does loose helmet even mean?" And I was like, it's I guess whatever. And she was all like, "Yeah, you're gonna, that kind of means like you're like on the brink of death or whatever." I was like, "Dude, no, that's not what it means." So in reality, what it means is like a uncircumcised penar. At least.
Now it's just a joke,
Yeah.
Every time we get really sloppy at practice or whatever, it's like, it's not like we're tight helmet, man. We're loose helmet.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
I mean, you came up with that before we did that first show, just like off the cuff.
Yeah, it was off the cuff. It was.
Yeah.
I was just all a loose helmet, and then he was all like, "Oh yeah, we have loose helmet." Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Sometimes that is how it goes. And is there anything that y'all would like to speak on that I have not covered yet?
Be kind. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to speak on except for take care of yourself out there. This fucking world is crazy.
Don't be scared to get out there and do it, man. We're done. And if we can get up there and do it, anybody can.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
live your dream, man. Get up there and play.
get up there and play. We need people to go play more, and
That's what I'd like to see out of the scene more.
And-
Is more people being inspired by what we do and our dumbness. Is get over their own fear of doing it and just go do it.
yeah.
And support your fellow musicians.
Oh,
Support your fellow musicians. Don't leave them hanging.
There you go.
And what would be an example of leaving someone hanging?
Well, if you don't support somebody, if you talk smack about somebody behind their back, if you don't show up to their shows and cheer them on, just be supportive and make sure that they get as much support as they need, right?
You got to return the positive energy.
Yeah, for real.
That way, you keep it going.
Especially nowadays with so few people going to shows and stuff, it's really important to go out and support the people that show up to support you.
Yeah, there's too much negativity, so you got to be positive, man. Go support your friends, especially if they're fucking playing good music.
And they show up to support us.
Yeah, what he said. Sorry, Nate.
Well, y'all got a show on May 23rd. Y'all excited for that?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's at 1810 Ojimon with Midnight Papers and Plastic Future. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. We're gonna perform Freak Zone 1, of course.
Album or EP release?
EP release, we'll have physical copies of the cassettes, and we'll have new merch, and it's gonna kind of like help us out with our tour before we go. So hopefully we do good over there.
Awesome. Well, this is the end of the interview. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.